谭赛德干事长他未经查证，无端的对台湾进行不实的指控，不仅与事实不符，也对我国的政府跟人民造成严重的伤害，类此污蔑的行为极不负责。我国政府严正的要求谭赛德干事长应该要立刻更正他毫无根据的指控，立即澄清，并且向我国道歉。
Slurs, I don't care because I am a very proud black person or Negro. That's what came from some quarters. And if you want me to be specific, 3 months ago, this attack came from Taiwan. We need to be honest. I will be straight today. From Taiwan. And Taiwan, the foreign ministry also, they know the campaign. They didn't dissociate themselves. They even started criticizing me in the middle of all that insult and slur. But I didn't care. 3 months. I say it today because it's enough. But still, they can continue. I don't care.
外交部强调，台湾为成熟以及高素养的民主先进国家，我们绝没有鼓励国人针对于 WHO 干上本人来进行人身的攻击，更不可能发表所谓种族歧视的言论。我们从来没有对 WHO 的干事长本人进行过人身攻击，因为他没办法参加，我们基本上是对事不对人，我们没有对他本人做过任何攻击，更没有发表任何有关种族歧视的一个言语，因为种族歧视的概念其实在台湾并不存在，我们没有种族歧视的问题存在在台湾。
你知唔知譚德賽嘅國家埃塞俄比亞係一條全非洲第一條電氣化鐵路，係由中共借錢起嘅，即係世衛總幹事。呢條鐵路就係由阿迪斯亞貝巴去一個地方，你諗極都諗唔到，係吉布提。你知唔知吉布提係咩城市？係咩城市啊？係解放軍唯一嘅海外軍事基地。佢自己攞咗幾多錢我唔知。如果一個國家嘅人可以將借翻嚟嘅外債用喺起一條冇人坐嘅電氣化鐵路，而唔係攞去改善自己埃塞俄比亞人嘅衛生水平，而呢個人做到聯合國世界衛生組織嘅總幹事，除咗中共支持之外，你見到呢個就係國際文明與野蠻嘅分別。如果呢場戰役係中共贏嘅話，我話俾你聽，人類嘅文明將會出現大倒退，即係話埃塞俄比亞嘅國民借緊中共嘅債務，起一條鐵路去中共嘅軍港。呢個就係譚德賽做外長嗰陣時安排。反送中運動之後，中共對香港只會更強硬，呢個我一路嘅睇法。今次嘅武漢肺炎係救咗香港，係令到中共不得不軟落嚟，但係佢仍然係一條強硬嘅路線喺香港。
I like China. I like the Chinese people are phenomenal people.
You talked a lot about the WHO.
They did give us some pretty bad play calling with regard to us. They're taking a lot of heat because they didn't want the borders closed. They called it wrong. They really called, I would say, every aspect of it wrong.
So
until
the funding freeze.
I'm not happy about it. Look, we fund it. Take a look. I mean, go through step by step. They said there's no big deal, there's no big problem, there's no nothing. And then ultimately, when I closed it down, they actually said that I made a mistake in closing it down, and it turned out to be right. But at the time, they did that. So we're just going to take a look at it. We fund it, and they seem to be, I said recently in social media, I said they seem to be very China-centric. That's a nice way of saying it, but they seem to be very China-centric. And they seem to err always on the side of China, and we fund it. So I want to look into it. Yes, please.
Thanks. A quick follow-up on that. So is the time to freeze funding to the WHO during a pandemic?
No, maybe not. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but we're going to look at it.
You did say that.
We give a tremendous... No, I didn't. I said we're going to look at it. We're going to investigate it. We're going to look at it. But we will look at ending funding. Yeah, because you know what? They called it wrong. And if you look back over the years even, they're very much, everything seems to be very biased toward China. That's not right.
Saturday morning cartoons. This so-called public health official once covered up cholera outbreaks in Ethiopia for political reasons. Of course, he is a public health official, if you can even imagine. You couldn't pick a worse candidate if you tried. He was China's candidate, needless to say. Tonight, World Health Organization is refusing to help Taiwan battle the pandemic. Why is that? Politics. The Chinese government doesn't like Taiwan. WHO leaders do whatever China tells them to do. They're letting the Taiwanese people suffer. Just this week, Tedros attacked Taiwan again. He claimed that some anonymous person said something racist about him online, and it must be the fault of the Taiwanese government. He offered no evidence for that. This man is a joke, he's an embarrassment and a danger, and we should not be sending him any more U.S. dollars. Lonnie Chen is a fellow at the Hoover Institution, and he joins us tonight. Lonnie, thanks so much for coming on. So why is this, I mean, I guess you could ignore an institution like WHO in a normal time, but in the middle of a pandemic, their failures are so obvious. Why would we ever continue to abet them with American money?
Well, it's a great question. We send $400 million a year over there, Tucker, to the World Health Organization. And what do? They essentially accept wholesale what the Chinese government has said about not just this outbreak, but about how they've dealt with it. And then you have the WHO essentially, I write, laundering this information, making it seem legitimate. And the problem here is that the World Health Organization is an organization whose words are respected and thought of highly, not just here in the United States, but in other countries around the world. So the challenge is when you have a respectable-looking organization spreading these lies, it becomes a problem.
I mean, just to put some meat on this bone for a second. We're in the middle of a global pandemic. Taiwan, which is a big country, cannot gain admission to the World Health Organization. Why?
Well, because quite simply, the politics of how China sees Taiwan have interfered. You see, China's always seen Taiwan as a renegade province, and the World Health Organization has accepted that point of view. Now, the politics would be one thing, but the problem is in the current crisis, Taiwan actually sounded the alarm on coronavirus in December. They actually wrote to the World Health Organization and said, hey, this seems kind of strange. Maybe you ought to look into it. And by the way, when you do, tell the rest of the world about it. And for some reason...
神对一只猴说：“可怜的猴，你在猴王争霸中被打败，我要将你点化成人。”这只猴非常感激，神就问他：“成年后第一件事你想做什么？”猴说：“拿一杆枪打死现在的猴王，夺回王位，所有的母猴都归我。”这个故事的寓意是什么？思维定势决定了人生的悲哀。有些人你可以给他更高级的身体，但给不了他更高级的思想。
想要的总希望